So good to see everybody on this Tuesday. Welcome, welcome. Good to see folks getting in here. So today is day 961 of the Daily Antidote of Song. Yes, round of applause as always, because it's amazing. Um, and I'm Jaden, I'm hosting today. It's so good to see you all, and let's just get started. First of all, let's say hi to everybody watching on Facebook Live. Hi, thanks for tuning in. Good to see you. And hi to everybody in the room, starting with, of course, Jojo Rossi. Yay, thank you for making all of this happen. And hi to Happy Traum. So glad that you're here today and going to be
Everybody.
singing with us. And then hello to Trish coming in from Victoria. Hi, Christiana and Bob in Maryland. Good to see you. Or just Christiana, maybe. And Jenny in, oh, he's around. He's around. Cool. And hi, Jenny in Suffolk, UK. Hi, Mabel and Bears. Hello. Hi, Kevin in DC. Susan in Seattle. Good to see you, Annette in California. Hello, Carolyn, who is here. So glad that you're here and present. Hi, Susan G. Good to see you. Sheila in Florida. Hello, hello to Ruth in Birmingham, UK, Luda in Victoria. Good to see you. Lots of love to you too. Sue Sean, good to see you. Hi, Bonnie in Boise, Kathleen in Albuquerque. Hello to Dan in Vienna. That is Virginia, not in Europe somewhere. Hello to Hoda in BC and Delhi in the DC area, like me. Hi, Kathy on stolen Arapaho and Cheyenne land. Deborah in Kentucky, Caroline in DC, Jane in Texas, hi. And hello to, I see one curly top. Maybe there's another curly top nearby. Hi, Gary. Hello to Kate in Charlottesville, Ralph and Penny in Victoria, hi. And Claire in Boise. Hello to Jamie in Victoria and Nancy. Hello, Storm and Cricket. Hello to Martha. Hi, Becky and Bronwyn in Victoria, BC. Hi, Amanda and Miles coming in from Michigan. Sandy in Western North Carolina. Field, glad you're here. Loriana, Katrina, and Courtney, hello, hello. I see Aloysius is coming in. Hi to Ann Anderson. Jane coming in from Maryland. Diane in Puerto Rico. And Bob. Hopefully I didn't miss anybody. So hi to everybody, anybody who's still coming in the room. So glad to be hosting today. So glad to see all your smiling faces. So today we have a really amazing guest. He's been here a couple times before, but it's been a while. Happy Traum has had an incredible career. I was reading about it on your website on Wikipedia because he has a Wikipedia page. So you've had a long and really amazing musical career, and we're so happy to have you here in the room with us. Welcome.
Oh, thank you. It's great to be here again. This is a great idea. I love this singing together with people all over the world. I think that's terrific. Yeah. Yeah, and I chose a song today that I think is the one of the easiest that I know. I know a lot of songs that are easy to sing along with. This one has a lot of repetition in it, so it is easy. And it's a song about optimism, and I think these days we need songs about optimism. That's kind of a given right now. We have to be optimistic about so many things that are going on in this world and in this country. So the song just says there's a bright side somewhere, and that's pretty much all you need to know. There's one line in between, let's not rest until we find it. There's a bright side somewhere. And then the other verses just say there's more joy somewhere, there's more love somewhere, there's more peace somewhere. And each time it says, let's not rest until we find it. There's a bright side somewhere. So here's pretty much in the simplest way that it goes. There's a bright side somewhere. There's a bright side somewhere. Let's not rest until we find it. There's a bright side somewhere. the song doesn't go that slowly usually. So that's just to give you the idea of what the melody is like. And this song, I like this because it also gives me a chance to show off my guitar picking a little bit, because I love to pick the melody of the song in my finger picking style. So let's just try it together again in the slow way. There's a bright side somewhere. 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 Let's not rest until we find it. Let's not rest until we find it. And then what do you think? There's a bright side somewhere. There's a bright side somewhere. Let's try it again. There's a bright side somewhere. There's a bright side somewhere. Let's not rest until we find it. There's a bright side somewhere. And then you'll hear the verses. There's more joy, there's more peace, there's more love. That'll be easy too. So here it is, a little faster, and I'm going to throw in some guitar picking at the same time, but feel free to just sing along, clap along, shout along, whatever. There's a bright side somewhere. There's a bright side somewhere. Let's not rest until we find it. There's a bright side somewhere. More joy. There's more joy somewhere. There's more joy somewhere. Let's not rest. Let's not rest until we find it. There's more joy somewhere, and more love. There's more love somewhere. More love somewhere. Let's not rest until we find it. There's more love somewhere. I'm going to play one here. Let me hear you clapping. More peace. There's more peace somewhere. More peace somewhere. Let's not rest until we find it. There's more peace somewhere. More love. Let's do that again. There's more love somewhere. There's more love somewhere. Let's not rest until we find it. There's more love somewhere. I want to play it again. There's a bright side. There's a bright side somewhere. A bright side somewhere. Let's not rest until we find it. There's a bright side somewhere. Sing that again. There's a bright side somewhere. Oh, again. There's a bright side somewhere. Yes, I hope there is.
Well, I certainly feel like there is now after that song. Thank you, Happy.
Uh,
That was so joyous and like a fresh breath of air, breath brush of
yeah,
air.
thank you. And if I could make a shameless commercial plug, if nobody minds, that's the title song from a brand new CD that I just came out with about 3 months ago. And this, I'm very proud to say, has been in the top 10 of um, the folk radio charts for the last 3 or 4 months. And
Hey.
it's got, there's a bright side somewhere, and a lot of great song by Woody Guthrie, a song by Bob Dylan, a lot of traditional folk songs, some other sing-along type songs, and about 20 great musicians playing with me, all kinds of great people backing me up on this. So it's uh, it's exciting for me to have this out again, a new record.
Yeah. Congratulations. I mean, I think we're all really excited about that. And I'd love actually to hear more about the album in general, sort of how it came to be and
Oh, sure. Yeah, well, I hadn't done a new record for about 6 or 7 years, um, and I just thought it was time. We started it before the pandemic. There's a wonderful studio. I live in Woodstock, New York, and just outside Woodstock, there's a town called Saugerties, New York, and there's a terrific little studio run by an engineer named Dave Cook. And before the pandemic, I gathered some friends together and we cut 3 or 4 songs. Um, Kind of live in the studio. It was um, did Byron Isaacs, a bass player who's now with the Lumineers, Eric Parker on drums, who's just a wonderful drummer for my kind of music. He's not very heavy. He's a real sensitive drummer, and he's played with just about everybody. John Sebastian on harmonica, who some of you probably know John. Cindy Cashdollar on dobro and steel. So we just put together 3 or 4 songs, and then the pandemic came and just shut us down totally, like everything else. So once we felt it was safe, 2 years later, we felt it was safe enough to go back in the studio. So I just gathered a bunch of other friends and just did this massive thing with, as I said, about 20 musicians and singers, and it's a kind of a still a folky, very acoustic record. And as I said, some sing-alongs, one by a great one by Woody Guthrie that I used to sing in Washington Square Park when I was first starting out playing folk music, um, and some instrumentals. Anyway, I'm very proud of it.
yeah, I mean, that sounds amazing. And that's really exciting. How has it been to sort of like be making music during the pandemic? I mean, has anything shifted for you?
Well, yeah, it's been very tricky. The first whole year, we pretty much didn't do anything. Um, by the second year, when the vaccines started coming in, of course, like everybody else, we were sort of feeling our way. I haven't done a lot of live gigs in the interim, although I did just come back from LA where I played a couple of things out there. One of them, they're still insisting the audience masks, which I like. I think that they did that at Passim's in Boston too, and that gives you a little more sense of security when you're playing with 100 or 150 people in a relatively small room. Um, but I love to play, and I don't know if anybody among you is in the San Diego area, but I'm going to be playing down there in beginning of February, early February, so you can check my website for that. But maybe do something up in in the Sonoma or San Francisco area too. I'm not sure yet. Um, but I do love to play. That's what I do. I've been doing it for more than 60 years. So, um, I don't want to let some lousy germs keep me from playing. Although, of course, doing it by Zoom is also a pretty safe way to do it. And I enjoy this too.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, we obviously love having technology and Zoom to connect us with people who are far and wide. So, I mean, that's been one really nice thing about the pandemic. Um,
Yeah,
Speaking of your extensive career in music,
yeah.
I mean, you've worked with people, yeah, Woody Guthrie, Pete Seeger, Bob Dylan. I mean, that's that's really impressive. Could you speak to maybe some of the things that maybe you've learned from them or that they've learned from you?
Oh,
Um,
well,
yeah.
it's been a long time and a lot of water under the bridge, but I first got inspired to play this kind of music by listening to Pete Seeger. I heard him live when I was about 16 years old and just had to get a guitar, had to get a banjo, had to start learning how to play this stuff. And it opened up a whole world of music outside of the top 20 things that were on the radio that I was listening to, Perry Como and Doris Day and Guy Lombardo or people like that. Suddenly, this whole new world opened up, and so I've been pursuing this music now since the mid 1950s. That's a long time, and still discovering things. That's why I'm so excited about this CD because I discovered things that I didn't know about or that I hadn't played before, and then some of them were things I've been playing for 50 years or more, and still love to do it. So it's a and even at this point in my life, I'm still feeling like everything's a learning process. I'm learning new stuff on the guitar. I'm learning new songs. So it's and Pete Seeger not only was my mentor originally, but he was also became a friend over the years and was very supportive of me and the things that I'm doing, and also because we have a company called Homespun Music Instruction. It's homespun.com, and we have over 700 different lessons for people to learn by almost 300 artists, I guess there are. So that's another thing I've been doing, and Pete Seeger was very helpful doing through all that time. And I got to record with Bob Dylan and Phil Oakes and lots of you know the legendary people of the era, Ramblin' Jack Elliott, and just all kinds of people became friends through the years. So I've been lucky. It's been an
Yeah,
interesting life. Yeah.
that's just fantastic. Thank you for sharing a little
Yeah.
bit. Um,
Yeah.
and with Homespun, could you tell us a little bit about how that got started and sort of where it is
Oh,
now?
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Back in the late 60s, I was starting to go on tour with my brother, and I had guitar students that had been teaching. And I just thought, well, why not make some tapes to keep them busy while I'm on the road? So then I realized, well, if I can make them from my few students, I could make them so that more people would enjoy them. So I made but they were on reel to reel audio tapes back then. And cassettes only came in a couple of years later. So we started putting little ads out in places like Rolling Stone magazine, which was just starting up in that year, 1967. Guitar Player magazine was just starting that year, and Sing Out magazine hired me as the editor in that year. So I put out ads in Sing Out and Rolling Stone, little classified ads, little 2-line ads, and people started responding. So that just gave me the idea to continue. My wife Jane and I have been doing it together all these years. It's now 55 years, I think, that we've been doing it. And as I said, we have hundreds of lessons by hundreds of artists, people like Pete Seeger, who did lessons for us, and Ramblin' Jack, and um, Dr. John, and I mean, the list just goes on and on. Bluegrass musicians, folk musicians, mostly roots music, blues players. So it's become something we're very proud of. It's a lot of, you could just go and browse at homespun.com and you can see tons of stuff there. So,
That's awesome. Um, and I also just wanted to mention a comment that Jamie left in the chat. I learned how to finger pick with Happy's Books and Lessons around 1970. My teacher at the time was Steve Saba in Vancouver. So your influence has reached far and wide for sure.
Oh yeah,
That's so exciting.
yeah. I wrote back then. I wrote about eight, 8 or 10 books on different
Mm,
styles of playing and blues and finger picking and bluegrass, different things. Yeah,
awesome. And
yeah.
I apologize if I sound a little ignorant. I'm more of a dancer, not a musician, but do you have like a favorite style to play in or finger picking style or something?
Yeah, my finger picking, the finger picking style I play is pretty much all well, part of what I do, but I used to play with a flat pick as well, and I gave that up because I just was never that good at it. But I do rely on my thumb to play the bass notes and the rhythm. So you get a rhythm going with the bass, and then you can pick out your melodies. That kind of thing, where I learned so much from my guitar teacher was a blues artist named Brownie McGee. And of course, I learned a lot from people like Merle Travis and Mississippi John Hurt, Tom Paley, Mike Seeger, a lot of those people that I kind of grew up with, Doc Watson, who I also had the opportunity to work with quite a lot. So this style of playing, where you keep that thumb going, so I have my bass player with me, I have my melody player, and I have my voice to put the song across if I can. So that's my guitar style, pretty much.
That's cool to get a live demo lesson. It sounds easy when you do it.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
really
good.
cool. Okay, so we have like 5 minutes before we have to close. Anything else that you sort of want to mention? Say
Hmm.
anything else about that album before we sing a
Well,
song?
just yeah, I don't. I think I love it when people play and sing just in it for themselves in their homes, on their porches, their backyards, wherever. Or now it's getting too cold for some of us for that. But living rooms when you're willing to get together again. Um, it's just it's the glue that keeps everybody together, and that's one reason I think this is such a great service to do this daily antidote, because it kind of keeps people connected through songs. And I'm sure you've heard many great song leaders and singers and players come through your doors here every day. So I'm delighted to be asked to do it, and I applaud you guys for being part of this. Yeah.
Oh, thank you. And thanks for being here. We've been really lucky to have so many. Oh, Joe says over 300 amazing artists. Yeah, I mean, that's incredible. We've been really
Yeah, I'll
lucky.
say. Uh-huh.
Um, and super lucky to have you here today too. Um, all right, well, that sounds great. And if we could get the song one more time, that would be lovely.
Sure. We'll do There's a Bright Side Somewhere one more time all together. There's a bright side somewhere. There's a bright side somewhere. Let's not rest. Let's not rest until we find it. There's a bright side somewhere. Now, I know we're not going to be in sync, but I love to clap along with this one too. There's more joy somewhere. There's more joy somewhere. Let's not rest until we find it. There's more joy somewhere, and there's more love somewhere. There's more love somewhere. Let's not rest. Let's not rest until we find it. There's more love somewhere. More peace. More peace somewhere. There's more peace somewhere. Let's not rest until we find it. There's more peace somewhere. I'm going to play it again for you. There's a bright side somewhere. There's a bright side somewhere. Let's not rest until we find it. There's a bright side somewhere. I said there's a bright side one more time. There's a bright side somewhere. Bright side.
Thank you, Happy. That is just such a gorgeous song to hold with us for the rest of the day. And
Well, I
thanks.
hope everybody has a great Thanksgiving, that time of year.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we're all really grateful for all the music that's in our lives because of this program and the community and that this has brought us. And
Yeah.
for this song today. Thank you.
Okay. Thank
um,
you all.
Thank you. All right, folks. It was so good to see you dancing and singing and clapping along in your Zoom screens. That was such a such a good song. Carolyn says, "Thanks for making us happy, happy." Definitely living up to your name. Um, and with that being said, let's say goodbye first to all the folks watching on Facebook by Facebook Live. Thanks for tuning in. And thanks everybody in the room for being here today. Thank you again to Happy for your wonderful playing and just being here with us. And thank you, Joe, for running tech and supporting us in all things. Thanks, Christiana and Bob. Good to see you. Bye, Jenny. Bye, Bob and Mabel and the Bears. Bye to Kevin in DC. Good to see you. Annette and Carolyn. Hello, hello. I mean, goodbye, goodbye. Susan G. Good to see you. Sheila and Ruth. Bye, Luda. Bye to Bonnie and Kathleen. Bye, Dan and Hoda. Goodbye. Bye, Deli. Thanks for being here. Kathy and Caroline. Kate, good to see you. Ralph and Penny. Jamie, goodbye. Bye to Nancy and Cricket. And Martha, thanks for being here today. And goodbye to Storm. Bye to Chuck. And bye, Diane. Hope you're doing well. Bye, True Trish, and at least one curly top, maybe two curly tops. Oh, there you are. Bye. Bye to Claire and Anne and Morse, that is. Bye, Sue and Jane. Kirsten. Bye to Gary. Thanks for being here. Bye, Amanda and Miles. Bye, Aloysius. Bye, Loriana, Kachina, and Courtney. Bye to Jane in Maryland. James Fields, Sharon, and Lynn. Thanks, everybody, for being here. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Bye, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. Good to see you. Bye. Bye, Nancy. Bye, Anne. Bye, Aloysius. Bye, Amanda and Miles. Good to see y'all. Bye, Storm. Bye, Dan. Bye, Bob and Mabel and Zubair. It means we have to start the day over. Oh no. Maybe. I don't know who's gonna sing though. It's not gonna be me. Sorry. Bye. Oh, Miles is reading. I love that. That's great. Happy reading, Miles. Bye, y'all.
Thank you, Jaden. That was amazing. And Happy, I don't know if you can still hear me, but thank you so much. That was really incredible. Just the perfect mood and the
Yeah,
perfect. Yep.
I
Thank
can
you.
I can hear you, Joe. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Lovely having you
I'm still
again.
here.
Okay. Lovely having
Thank
you.
you.
And I hope we can do it again soon. And yeah, I wish I lived in California to catch you in your concerts coming up, but you're going to have to do something in DC.
Yeah, yeah, I'll try to get down there at some point. I'd love to.
Good.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Great to
And
see you.
Jaden, you did a wonderful job. That was beautiful.
Appreciate it. Yeah,
Really
Thanks
good.
great.
Yeah,
so
excellent.
much.
Yeah.
Bye.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.